Can a goat take on a dog, a bull, or even a kangaroo? You be the judge. Stay with us until the end of the video. Some of these battles will shock you. This is what we're about to witness today. This Doberman was fully prepared to show the goat its true power, even though the goat, as usual, had no fear of its opponent and calmly stood in front of it, watching. A big part of its safety was owed to the Doberman's owner, who held its leash and didn't allow it to move forward. Otherwise, the poor goat wouldn't have had a good outcome at all. At first, the dog wasn't sure what kind of reaction it would get from the goat, so it approached cautiously and slowly. However, when the goat backed off and rejoined its group, the dog got the illusion that it was big and tough, thinking, "Their friend is afraid of me." But this newfound confidence cost the dog dearly. In the blink of an eye, the bravest goat of the group launched a sudden attack, charging straight at the dog and immediately forcing it to retreat. This goat, craving a fight, decided to challenge the horses without considering its size or strength. It seemed determined, much like boxers who train for days before a match, to teach the horses a lesson. But it was clear that the horses didn't see him as a worthy opponent and had no intention of engaging. The goat tried to attack one of the horses, but the horse swiftly kicked him in the head and body, snapping the poor goat out of his delusion. The goat quickly realized that horses were not something he should mess with, and decided to retreat instead. Believe it or not, these goats have absolutely no fear of this giant Doberman, even when it's just a step away from attacking. It's unclear what would have happened if the dog's owner had let go of the leash, but the outcome certainly wouldn't have been good. It's unbelievable how fearless and reckless these goats are. It's as if they are either made of steel or have no idea what fear even means. But in this video, something completely different happens. The goat, following its usual instinct, bravely approaches the dog as if no danger threatens it. However, the dog decides to teach it a lesson it won't forget. Suddenly, with a swift movement, the dog locks the goat's ear in its powerful jaws. This scene proves that mere bravery isn't enough, and to face an opponent like this dog, true strength is also required. Facing a wild boar is no easy task, but this goat had mistaken the boar for a punching bag. To be fair, the boar was not unlike a punching bag. The fearless goat launched a quick strike, hitting the boar's body hard, but the boar acted like a powerful punching bag and responded with an even stronger attack, sending the goat flying into the air with a heavy blow. However, the goat's persistence and resistance were unmatched, and with its hammer-like blows, it made the boar regret its actions and pushed it back. Pretending to be something you're not will never end well. This female dog thought that by barking and trying to intimidate the goat, she could prove her dominance. But her calculations and efforts were completely wrong, because the goat showed absolutely no reaction or fear. Instead, it was fully prepared to strike back in the most aggressive way possible. Moments later, the dog realized its mistake and quickly retreated. This fight was pure chaos and complete mayhem, because you couldn't tell which goats were actually fighting each other. Just like in Bollywood action scenes, a full-scale battle erupted, and nearly all the goats started going at one another. In a surprising turn of events, a small goat managed to knock down a full-grown bull with a precise headbutt. The scene left everyone in shock, raising the question, did the goat hit a sensitive spot, or was the bull already weakened? Regardless of the reason, the unexpected outcome turned this moment into a memorable spectacle. This video proves that the goat had a bigger heart than the dog. Despite its dark and intimidating appearance, the dog's fierce barking failed to instill even the slightest fear in the goat. The goat's attacks were swift and relentless, clearly aiming to inflict serious damage. Yet all the dog could do was bark, retreating quickly whenever the goat charged. Even though the smaller dog, acting as the black dog's assistant, seemed ready to attack for a moment, the brave-hearted goat stood its ground, prepared to counter any attack from either side with lightning-fast responses. This dog wanted to prove its dominance over the goat, but the goat wasn't backing down. In fact, it launched multiple attacks against the dog. Strangely, the dog kept barking, but didn't do much to fight back, even as the goat relentlessly struck it with its horns. Usually, powerful guard dogs are chained up to prevent any trouble, but this time, the situation was reversed. The dog was free, while the goat was the one on a leash. Perhaps the owners already knew how this showdown would end. What do you think? Be sure to leave your thoughts in the comments below. This crazy goat was disturbing the dog's peace, challenging it to a fight. The dog, sitting quietly in a corner, lost in thoughts about its future, had no intention of quarreling or getting into a confrontation. But the goat clearly had other plans. It was determined to provoke the dog into a fight by getting close and locking horns figuratively and literally. It kept pushing the dog, trying to make it react. However, the dog had no desire for battle and responded only with barks, attempting to drive the stubborn goat away. It's not every day you see a goat stand its ground against a much larger opponent. Despite the cow's obvious advantage in size and strength, the determined goat refused to back down. After a fierce showdown, the cow ultimately gave in, showing that courage and persistence can sometimes triumph over brute force. This goat was more interested in playing and having fun with the kitten rather than threatening or attacking it. However, the kitten was fully acting on its instincts, seeing the goat as a potential danger and never taking its eyes off it. The goat tried several times to scare the kitten for fun, but the kitten's reaction was shocking to the goat. It received a firm and serious response every single time. Watch this video carefully to see how much power it takes to break the cage bars in this intense clash. The angry dog viciously attacked the goat, aiming to tear it apart. The force between them was so strong that the cage bars broke, but the goat got lucky, as those same bars forced the dog to retreat, saving its life. The battle between these two goats escalated to terrifying levels, while the other sheep, frozen in fear, stood by and watched, wondering what would become of the two. The relentless barrage of blows and attacks raised a question in the minds of the onlookers. Were their heads made of steel or cast iron? The force of each strike was so intense that with every hit, it seemed like the final blow, and surely one of them would suffer a brain injury. Yet neither one backed down. Did you enjoy this video? Please let us know in the comments section down below. And don't forget to leave us a like and subscribe to the channel while you're at it. And please turn on your notification bell to get notified when we upload a new video. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.